BB851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
Thanks to the air current, the Boeing 787 has been a heavily discussed aircraft in the past month, following the news that 8 of the type had been grounded, after Boeing discovered issues with the aircraft specifically in their South Carolina plant. There are a total of 2 issues, and while Boeing didn't deem these 2 issues warranted, say, a safety concern at the time, they still grounded 8 of the jets that were found to have both of the issues combined. A memo that was viewed by the Wall Street Journal noted that there were certain parts of the 787 that it produced itself that didn't ultimately meet the design and manufacturing standards that Boeing upholds on a daily basis. In turn, it has led to these groundings. The Wall Street Journal, following the eventful breaking of the story by the air current, have said that the problems could stem back more than a decade, and they deal specifically with quality control lapses, essentially meaning that the process is maintaining quality or looking to improve it has declined or not been kept to the same standard over time, and in turn has left the aircraft with problems. In any business sense, a lapse in quality control is not a good thing for customers, and specifically the brand. But when dealing with the aviation industry, keeping an aircraft well maintained and producing it in the correct manner is crucial, as every time passengers do board on said aircraft, their fate is in the hands of the people who built it, and also, more specifically, the aircraft manufacturer who authorised the plane to fly with passengers on board. Of course, as we know, the employees can always make a mistake, but it's the job of the Boeing executives and more, the ones that are approving the jet, to make sure that those problems are not present when they eventually send it off to the customers. So down the line, especially early on in the life of the aircraft, a new problem isn't found that leads to the eventual grounding for either months on end, weeks, or even a day. It's something that costs the airlines money and something that's inconvenient. Therefore, it needs to be prevented at all costs. The Boeing 787s, while not directly seeing structural problems or troubles with specific parts of late, has been through many battles that have seen one way or another the type impacted. One of the most noteworthy sagas with the aircraft series back in the day was the battery incident that hit the type some 7 years ago. The lithium-ion batteries saw an in-flight fire, and they were prone to overheating. It saw multiple 787s grounded, around 50, over the course of the year while the problem was fixed. Recently, though, the 787s were grounded across the board following the crisis with the Trent 1000 engines, specifically with the Package B and Package C ones, leaving many airlines having to draft in, or say more specifically lease in, a spare widebody aircraft to help fill their operations throughout the 2018 and 2019 calendar year. The FAA is now, in the latest update, said to conduct a review on the new problem found, with the 2 faulty parts. However, according to also the Wall Street Journal, the thorough review could stretch to almost all of the Boeing 787s that have been delivered to customers up until this point. This would be roughly at around 900, say, of the almost 1,000 787s delivered to customers right now that would be inspected for this safety issue that they're deeming not to be a safety issue, but on the surface really is. From this point, the inspection highlight if the flaws are found in other aircraft that need to be then subsequently grounded, or if the type can continue flying or continue to be parked up and return to service without any concern or problem when eventually demand does return to the aviation and travel industry. If you have any thoughts on the development with the Boeing 787, specifically focusing around the action now being taken by the FAA, as per the Wall Street Journal, do not hesitate to let me know. And as always, thanks very much for the continued support. I will see you all next time.